Hello, hello, Chalkin History friends. How are you tonight? It is Tuesday night. It is T-shirt Tuesday, and we are going to do a cute shirt. I've been wanting to do this one for a while, and unfortunately, it has sold out and will not be restocked. So I apologize for that. But you can pick any other ones on our website to see what's available. All right. Say hello as you guys are hopping on. Places. Hello, hello. Plug my phone in so we don't lose power. Oops. All right. Let's unplug this. I swear something's going on with my iPad because when I have it plugged in, it says it's charging, yet the numbers go down. I don't get it. All right, you guys, tonight we are going to play with the Happy Fall Treat. It's a caramel apple, which I happen to love caramel apples. I actually haven't had a caramel apple in forever. So this is as good as it's going to get right now, closest to it that we're going to get. And we are going to ink our t-shirt whenever we use a textile such as a towel, a t-shirt, a sweatshirt, jeans, whatever it is, that kind of material type stuff that you want to put a transfer on. Then you want to use ink because it is a permanent product, which means it will need to be heat set with a press of some type. It could be an iron or it could be a heat press. However you heat that, then it will be there permanently and it won't wash off. And it becomes one with the fabric. It's soft. It's not hard and crusty. I love making t-shirts, and I just recently bought a whole ton of t-shirts. So you're going to be seeing a lot of t-shirts. Okay. All right. What I was thinking is I have a bunch of fall colors, right, of our inks, okay? You can go to my website and then go to shop and then click on inks, and you'll find we do have, I think there are some ink singles, but you'll see jars of ink. They will last you for a very, very long time unless you're like cranking out the shirts. Then you'll have to reorder. But I was thinking I'm going to chalk it first in bark. It's as close to this shirt as I could get. I could probably add a little curry in there to lighten it up, but that's okay. We're going to just start with an outline, okay? Then we're going to do some coloring in. I was trying to find, one reason I'm late is because I was trying to find, I have a puff additive that you can add to your inks. And when you heat set it, it makes it puff, like puffy paint. You guys remember puffy paint? I am dating myself for a long time ago, okay? me get some more squeegees here since we're going to be changing up some colors. So I couldn't find my puffy additive, so I'm really bummed about that, but that's okay. All right, we have a t-shirt form underneath, and I, tried to center it as best I could, so we'll see. I'm not very good at that. I don't know why. But I think we'll be okay. I feel like it's somewhat centered. I don't know. I feel like I'm going to be okay. All right, so we are going to start by opening the bark. All right, say hi as you're hopping on. Somebody hopped on. Say hello. All right, and then actually, I'm going to do the words Happy Fall, y'all, in our curry. This is kind of like a mustardy color. So let's go ahead and do that. Just going to go ahead and do that and get it over with. It's pretty much like chalking. You want to go over the silk screen. Now remember, it is a permanent product. Try not to get it all over your hands, your fingers. Stay on your transfer. You really want to try not to go off the transfer. And you really want to work it into that screen. What it does is it just leaves a really nice, perfect layer of ink on your fabric. Okay. You want to offload your squeegee, which means just kind of take your excess and put it back in your jar. Sure that got covered. Okay. All right, we're good with that color. We can close that up so we don't get it on ourselves, because you know me, I am a messy Marvin. Get it everywhere. Okay, and we'll put this over here. I'm going to take this one. So what I'm going to do is we're going to kind of create an outline, if you will. We're going to see if we can color with our ink, okay? I just want to know where the apple is, where our stick is here. So try not to get into that curry area. Using my squeegee here to really get that into the fabric. Let's offload that. I'm actually going to get one of these tiny cut up ones here and do the stick here, the popsicle stick for our yummy caramel apple. Okay, get that all off. Okay, all right, let's go ahead and remove this. Actually, I just see, trying to work it in a little bit there. Okay, check fingers, make sure there's nothing there. Okay, so you can see that you can barely see the apple. That's what I wanted, okay? We're gonna have to wash that off as well. Put this aside. So I want my apple to kind of be reddish. I want it to be like a Honeycrisp. So that is kind of like your reddish apple with like the yellows and oranges in there. So I chose, instead of, I did bring out, what is this? Currant jam, which is kind of berry-ish to me. So I don't want that. So I brought out our Love Struck and papaya. I thought that would make a nice little apple here. So let's go ahead and get that off. Love Struck was, I want to say, a color of the month. Okay, I got some on my fingers, so we're gonna get that off right away. It will not stain my finger. I just don't want it to spread anywhere that it shouldn't go. So I'm going to clean up my hands here. Okay, put that aside. So we're going to open that. Let's get the curry back open a little bit. Or no, we're going to do papaya, right? So papaya. For the wrapper, maybe we'll do the curry just to kind of bring that color down. And I have these, okay, interesting things here. I have these like makeup, they're called makeup brushes, lip brushes. They're for people that like have lipstick samples, and it's a cute just little foam brush. So we're gonna use this to color. All right, so let's do, I think we'll do, actually that's not dry. Let's get this a little dry. This does not heat set it. We're just going to try to dry it a little bit. The warm air will help it dry. We could do like a gold shimmer ink. That would be fun for our wrapper. Ooh, we could do that. I do like the idea of bringing the red or the yellow down there though, just to kind of have the colors flow a little bit. So what I'm gonna do is we're gonna take one of our little trays here, our color tray, and I'm going to take a little bit of our curry ink, and I'm kind of going to water it down. You kind of want to make kind of like our, when we water down our paste, you can also water down our inks to make like a color wash, okay? So I'm going to water that down a little bit, and we're going to color that in. And then what we'll do is at the end, we will redo the design to get all of our lines back. Okay, so we're just kind of using this little lip brush for the paper here. You could probably do full strength, but I wanted to try watering it down to see how that worked. I may have used maybe too much water. I don't know. It's kind of, I like it because it's not going on entirely thick in spots. So it's kind of nice that it's, It's kind of different colors everywhere, so. Kind of looks like paper. Like a paper liner, cup liner. When you make cupcakes. You'll definitely want to make sure that this is very dry before you heat set it. Okay. All right. I like that. I like it a lot. All right, let's set that aside. All right, for the wrapper or for the caramel, I want to do, let's mix a little bit of, let's mix the bark and the papaya. I think that'll be a good caramely color. So let's try that. Let's do it over here. Take some of that. I don't know why I'm taking so much, but let's mix that over here. See if that even made a difference here. You know what? Let's add a little bit of that curry. Lighten that caramel up. Ooh, that looks caramely to me. Try not making a mess of yourselves. It almost looks like the same color as the shirt. Okay, I think I'm going to add a little more bark. Try to darken it up a little. That papaya really took over. Ooh. Okay, right on my phone. All right, got it on my hands. Let's get that off. And I got it on my phone, so let's get that off of that. Okay, let's get another brush, lip brush, and we'll start painting that in. I like this foam brush. It's like a little foam brush, and it's actually very smooth. It's going on very smooth. I made way too much of that caramel color. That's okay, because I have an idea of something I want to do yet with this shirt. I haven't decided completely, but I think I want to put a couple more of the apples on the shirt. So we'll see how that gets done here. Smooth this out. Okay, so that's the caramely part. I'm gonna put this somewhere out of trouble, because I can get in trouble. All right, let's go ahead and get our, I wonder if I should do some of the current. We'll see. I'm just gonna grab some of this color here. And I'm just going to kind of, I think, blend the colors here. All right, so the majority is the color of the apple. All right, and then I'm going to grab some of the yellow here, the curry. Oh yeah, yummy apple. Oh my goodness, that looks really good. Be careful putting that back in there. This is the stick. Yummy, this apple is gonna look so good. Stay within your boundaries there. I think that's falling apart on me maybe. All right, let's blend it in here. Does that look delicious or what? My gosh. All right, now we have to decide what color to do our, does that look like a yummy, yummy apple? Okay. What color should we do our stick? We should really lighten that up. Should we do almond? I don't know. Almond might be too light, but we'll see. We'll see. Let's do another thing here. Okay, we're gonna chalk over this, or ink over this, so don't worry about it being not completely filled in. To figure out what color I want to use to do that. There we go. That looks good. All right, I think we're good. We have to make sure this gets nice and dry. So let's go ahead and try getting it dry with this. We're gonna definitely have to wash that transfer before it gets too dry. In fact, I'm gonna do this. We're gonna put this aside for a brief moment. Okay, we're gonna bring our transfer over. And we need to get this guy clean or it dries in that mesh. You do not want your ink to dry in the mesh. That will ruin your transfer. Trust me, I've done it. I've actually done it with like I think it was our silver shimmer. I forgot about cleaning one of my transfers a couple years ago, and it ruined it. It just dries in your silk screen, and no matter how much water you use, it will not come out. Okay. So make sure you clean your screens really well, especially after inking. Okay. Okay. This is dirty, but that's in the way. So. It's very wet. All right, let's get this. Okay, the staining I'm not worried about. I just want to make sure my screen is clean. Okay. So that I can use it again. Because we need to put the outline on there. I gotta decide what I want to do. Let's see. We do have espresso for ink. Let's do the espresso. Again, just go to the website, click on shop, and then go to inks, and you'll see what colors we have available. Just kind of gliding across the sticky side so that we can get moisture out of our transfer. That material does want to hold on to some of the moisture, and you do not want to put a wet transfer on your project, okay? I'm gonna make sure it's nice and dry. Get rid of these. Let's see. Put it right there. Okay. So this is nice and dry now. Let's bring our shirt back over. Make sure you're paying attention to where your inks are. Don't want them to get dirty. Oh my gosh, that apple looks so good. All right, let's try to get that dried up. Because we need to heat set this. And then we'll be able to put the outline on it and then heat set it again. So let's turn that on. Actually, I think I've unplugged it, so let me get that plugged back in. All right, try that again. There we go. I'm going to put it at 305. And we're going to put it to a minute. There we go. Let's let that preheat. While that's preheating, we're going to dry this up a little bit. Now what I was thinking is I would add more apples. So I was going to have like an apple upside down this way and maybe one going this way. No, I'm not sure. No, I'm not sure. Sure if it would look right, you know, with it being upside down. we'll see. We can play with it once we, just gonna see if I could see where it's still, if it's still thick in some spots, I can smooth it out. Still preheating. I think it'll look good with the espresso. That's going to be a nice dark brown outline. Everything will have dimension. We'll have to take it off of the t-shirt form as well. You should not heat set it when you have it on your, I have an ink mat that is glued to my t-shirt form so that my shirts stay in place. It's getting there. It's a little tacky still. It's getting there though. No rush since we're still preheating. This is dry, that's dry. Just gotta get that caramel part dry. Alright, we are at 305. Okay, let's get this out of the way. Get it off of our form here. Actually, let's see. Yeah, no, I need to heat set that, I think. Sometimes it's a little difficult getting the transfer back on to your design because your shirt kind of will stretch. So we'll see. We'll see if we're going to have an issue with that. That aside, let's get our, we have a pressing pillow here. Just gonna kind of fold the arms. Well, that might not work. Just afraid I'm gonna get my clothes all messy here. All right, hang tight here. Then we're going to get parchment paper. Let's see, do I have a piece already? All right, we're going to place it on our design. Now it is a little tacky, so it might come back off on that parchment paper. And press start. I'm kind of like moving it around. Don't want to do that if you're doing a heat transfer, but I like to do it when I'm trying to heat set our inks. I feel that way it won't, it's not sitting still so that it won't scorch the fabric. So I kind of like to wiggle it around. What's nice about a heat press is the plate on it is solid. There's no steam holes like there is on an iron, a clothes iron. So if you do use a clothes iron, definitely make sure you're moving it around so that you don't get any of those holes in your fabric. In the cradle. Okay. Okay. Now we're going to flip it. And usually you turn it inside out, but I'm just going to flip it. That'll work too. The premise is that you want to heat set on the top of the ink and on the bottom of the ink, okay? And we don't have to use our parchment paper for this side. So we're just gonna put it there, grab that again, and start. Again, I'm just gonna kind of move it around so I don't scorch the shirt. I do a minute on each side. That seems to work for me. Directions, manufacturing directions, or directions according to Chalk say to heat set. According to your fabric actual settings too, don't forget to pay attention to that. And then they say 4 minutes aside, but I think that's a little much. We're gonna do a couple extra wiggles here. Okay, let's put this back in its cradle. All right, let's do this. Ooh, it's nice and toasty. There we go. Cute, cute, cute. Now, it's cute as is, but we need to put another layer. We have to do the outline again. So I'm going to stick this parchment paper actually up the shirt because I'm not going to put it back on my, take this out of the way too. I'm not going to put it back on our t-shirt form. Okay. And really all we need to do is line up the apple. So let's bring our transfer back over and see how it goes. Actually, it probably would be beneficial to put it back on that. So let's try to get it back in there. Or let's see. I have one that's not stuck down. Let's stick this guy under there. Let's hold our shirt down here. Okay, now let's try to put that back. Okay, I think this stick is pretty much lined up. Honestly, I think it's pretty much lined up. And if it's off a little bit, that's okay. That'll kind of give it character anyway. All right, let's get our espresso. I have not used these colors yet. Kind of just taking the lid off to the side so I don't splash or get it on anything. And then we'll take, let's take this squeegee here. We're gonna do, we're not gonna do Happy Fall, y'all. We're just gonna do the apple that might have taken away all of my caramel. We'll see. We'll see. Remember, try to stay on the transfer. Trying to get all my excess off here. And I need to try to avoid the word all. Yeah, my caramel might be dark brown now. We'll see. We'll see what we ended up doing there. Okay, let's try. Yeah, a little bit, but still cute. I'll take it. I love it. Love it, love it. I should have not done the caramel area, but that's okay. But look at that yummy, juicy apple. Yum. All right, let's get that dried up a little bit, and then we're going to reheat set that. And then, you know what? I do think I'm just going to keep it as is. If I wanted to, I could probably go over that caramel area again. Should we or shouldn't we? Should we leave well enough alone, or should we make it caramely again? I think I'm gonna leave well enough alone. Because you know, when I don't stop and I keep messing with stuff, we get into trouble. It's just a really dark, dark caramel. Yum. Yum, yum. Okay, let's get, I'm going to try to get my dirties out of here. So maybe this goes to this one here. I'm gonna close these guys up so we don't get in trouble. What do we think? Where'd the lid to this guy go? That one will go on that one. I think I used it on my papaya here. Let's see if this got dirty. No, not really. Okay, we'll put that one there. This one is for the papaya. What do you guys think? Oh, hi Sandra, how are you? Thank you, thank you, thank you. I love caramel apples. Do you love caramel apples? I do. But I was saying I haven't had one in so long. I'll have to go. I think coming up soon is a county fair. I think we've already had our apple festival. We have an apple festival in the area. I think that's already come and gone. I think there might be later this month, there might be like the fairgrounds is having a fair. Gotta get this out of here. Get our pressing pillow. And this one, don't put these in your wash, you guys. I did that and it's all messed up inside, which makes me so mad that I did that. I probably just need to get a new one. I have a larger one though. We could use the larger one. If anybody needs links to products, there are some links in the video description. And then there are some I can supply for you. So just go ahead and comments. Just say, hey, Shelly, I need to know where you got that Cricut press, or where'd you get the parchment paper or the t-shirts? I gotta know. Again, you can use any of our transfers as a t-shirt design. You can do it on tea towels. You can do it on sweatshirts and jeans, canvas. Oh my gosh, there's tote bags. So many options. Oops, I didn't press start. You want to use our ink products. You cannot use our paste products when you're doing a textile. It has to be the ink products, so it has to be heat set so that it doesn't wash out. I don't remember where I got this shirt, actually. This might have been a Kohl's t-shirt. I've been getting a lot of cool t-shirts at Kohl's. I get some on Amazon. Pretty much Kohl's and Amazon is where I find my t-shirts. Amazon will have the fun if they have pattern sleeves and that kind of thing. Couple more seconds here. Then we'll flip her over and she'll be done. Okay, let's get this on the cradle. I love it, I love it, I love it. Okay, let's turn it over. All right, last 60 seconds and then we'll be done. Just gonna wiggle it, wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Apply some pressure. I'm going to have to try to find that puff additive. Now that I think about it, it might be on the other side. I'll have to find that because that's a real fun product to use with our inks. You can make like a puffy paint, which is fun. Iron out my little wrinkles here. All right, let's put this guy back in its cradle here. Turn it off. Off you go. I just put that parchment paper in there in case it was going to bleed, which it did not. So get a look at it. Oh, happy fall, y'all. How cute is that? Oh my goodness, so stinking cute. So cute. She's a little crooked. We'll see once we put it on. Maybe not. Or maybe that's the way it was. I don't remember. But there she is, guys. Happy fall, y'all. Pretty soon. You guys, today is 100 days from Christmas, so fall is around the corner, and we need to get in gear with our fall projects and our Christmas or our holiday projects. So hopefully you'll join along as I go live every day and bring you creative ideas. Thanks again for